So we're at the round 3 of BSF, and you can't tell, but I can, that it's warm underneath. That means that's where they've hatched basically, and they'll heap together and they're pretty warm, you can feel it. And there are some in here, but they're absolutely tiny right now. This is like day 3. So I just want to see if I can find you any on camera. Oh yeah, see there? There is one moving there, it's tiny. So they are here, but we need to add a bit of water to this, it's a bit too dry. And then what we've done is, because remember we were getting birds and rats that were eating all the larvae, so we've made this box effectively. So we've just put some plywood, got a few gaps we need to fill in, but we'll do that. And this will stop any rodents coming in and allow us to get the hatching back on track. So pleased to see Fox. Last time I was here, she was underneath the wheels and there was a yelp. Now I hope it was just her tail, but apparently she's running a bit funny, so not a good feeling, but Alicia seems pretty happy. And yeah, so today, very exciting. It's been a month since we put our fingerlings in that little pond. So now it's time to sample and see what the average size is. If the average size is above 4 grams, then they are performing on a par with the fingerlings that we initially put into these ponds, which we got from Kampala, which is like 8 hours away. If they're 4 grams or higher, 5 grams, say 4.5, then they're better. They're performing better, which is our hope. The only issue we've got is the data that we initially collected from the fingerlings. We just assumed they were 1 gram because that's what they sell them at. We went to the hatchery. We did look at them. Look, they were 1 gram on average, but it was like, you know, maybe it's 1.1, maybe it's 0.9. Like that makes quite a big difference when you're talking at 4 grams, 4.5 grams. So we're making a few assumptions, but it'll give us some guidance on the performance of the fish and the growth, and we'll find out a bit as the months to come, as our data improves, as the accuracy of the measurements improve, actually how they're performing. So anyway, exciting day. There we go. Let's start sampling. It's a bit easier when they're fingerlings because they behave a bit differently. They swim more towards the surface, so they're a bit easier to catch. And Malachi is just having some food from the guys. They offered him some, and he's taken some portion and beans and vegetables. No fish today. We normally get fish when we sell fish. It's sort of part of the contractual wage, and the dogs as well. What the dogs do is if we have any dead fish, often they float. They'll jump in the water and grab the dead fish, which actually is good. It's like you don't get to waste it, and you don't want dead fish in your pond. Cause diseases, that sort of thing. So not a bad thing. So I've got my bucket. Got the fingerlings. Let's see how many we got. Pick that one up. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So here we go. So we were going to sample with the scoop like we did last time. So you put in fish in there, a scoopful, and see how many you've got. But actually, I found they're a bit too big for that. Some of the chonkers. So what we've done instead is we've like sampled 10 in a cohort and then weighed them, and then you get the average. So great news. We've gone from, they should be 4 grams, remember, as the standard. If they were 4 grams, that would be what we had before. But these are actually, the lowest we had was 6.3. We've had a 9 and an 8.3 out of the 10 groups. So once we put all that together, we're probably looking at 7-8 grams, which is almost double what I was expecting, which is just fantastic. Can't tell you. So they're growing at twice the rate of the fish that we got from the hatchery, which makes sense because often they're stunted, so they will have been bred for quite a few generations, and there's no selective breeding. There's the strongest that survive, and those are the ones that are given out to fish farmers, so you end up with the weak ones, and then the smaller, slower ones are the ones that you then breed. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle. You have to be a bit careful how you breed fish. Anyway, fantastic news for us, good news for the district, because when we hand out these fingerlings to people, then they can be assured that they've got better quality fish. So very, very happy. Of course, it's early days, it's only been a month in. We need to track the progress of these fish and see how they do, but early signs are promising. So we've just done sampling them. There's a few left in here. Just going to let them swim out. But yeah, the last lot we had were quite small. They were like below 4 grams, but the majority are above, which is fantastic. So yeah, good news all round.